Hey guys, long time no see. You gonna say hi, Tracy? You're just gonna be a brat. Okay. Well, anyway, long time no see. The last video was an apartment tour. I did talk to you guys, but I didn't actually see you, or you didn't see me, I guess. Um, but yeah, so I'm gonna update you on what's currently going on in my life and things like that. Um, Something exciting happened over the weekend. I hadn't seen Sophie, which is one of my closest friends in Korea. I haven't seen her since mom was here last March, which it's been almost 6 months since I've seen Sophie, and I finally got to see her. Her husband and her came here, and we went and drove to an island that's maybe, oh god, it's really close. It's like a 10-minute drive from my apartment to this island. And we basically sat around and drank soju and had shellfish um, for dinner. And we drank and caught up. And I haven't seen her in forever. It was such a nice night. I really enjoyed seeing her and catching up with her. Um, the issue, like why I haven't seen her, even though she lives in the same province, she lives in Gyeonggi-do. I live in Gyeonggi-do, which is the same province. She just lives on the other side. She lives on the east side of Gyeonggi-do, and I live on the west. And it's just really hard to get together because one, she's extremely busy. She she runs the kindergarten that she works at with her mother. She runs it and has to deal with all of that like, bureaucratic mess that is running a kindergarten. So she has to do that, and I'm busy with. It was my first semester at the university, so I was trying to get accustomed to life at a university, which I didn't find that different from life at the high school, the agriculture high school. I think that high school teaching and university teaching are very similar. I create my own content, my lesson plans, which is what I'm planning on doing. I'm in charge of speaking tests, but the big difference was I have a book. I'm not creating from scratch anymore, which is great because it gives me guidelines, but I couldn't use material I had been using for the past 2 years. Because when I first moved to Korea and started working at the agriculture high school, I found that my first semester was crazy. I didn't have any lessons. I had to do everything a week by week basis, which happened again when I switched to the university. I started doing lessons a week by week basis. I wouldn't have anything ahead of time. And I don't like working like that. When I'm working, I like to focus on my teaching. I like to change things up if they need to be changed. I like to have a basic outline for the semester and then go in and change things if I need to change them. And I couldn't do that last semester because I had just started. So I am currently in the process of writing my lessons for the semester right now. I am still using the book. It's a new book, which is why I have to lesson plan. If we were using the same book as the first semester, I wouldn't have to lesson plan too much. I'd have everything finished. But a lot of the other professors didn't like it, and I honestly didn't care either way. If we got a new book or an old book, it didn't really matter to me. So we got a new book, and we're going to use that. And I'm currently in the process of lesson planning. I have about a month's worth of lessons finished, and it's nice. But because Dad is coming right in the middle of that month that I have planned, like towards the end, I don't want to have him here in Korea and me be working on lesson plans. It's not fair to him, and I have way more time when I have my lesson plans finished. So for the next week and a half before exams start again, or not exams, before university starts, I am going to try and finish my lesson plans. The issue is I have 2 levels of classes, so they can't be the same lessons for all of them. So I have to create 2 different classes for the semester and stuff. But it'll be worth it because I'm going to have a lot more free time and I'm going to be able to do things now, especially now that I have the swing of things and I finally have a rhythm at work and things that work for me with the university. Um, like I said, it's not much different from high school. The high school teaching experience and my university teaching experiences have been extremely similar to each other. My students try harder, I think, at the university level, but that's because um, it's a mandatory class. It was a mandatory class at the high school, but a lot of the students were not going to university. So they're like, why do I need English? And I don't know. It was just a little bit different. I think that the students at the university try just a little bit harder than my high school students. And I'm not saying anything bad about my high school students. I absolutely adore my students from that school. I still talk to some, and I have plans with their 3rd years now. But they keep texting me about when they graduate and they pass their civil service exam that we're all going to go out for chicken and beer. And so, I definitely still talk to some of the students and I still, answer questions and things like that. Um, so I miss my high school a bit, but I absolutely adore being completely 100% in charge of everything in the classroom. I make the exams, I make the quizzes, I do homework, I do everything. Everything is mine. And it is wonderful, honestly. At the high school, everything was mine as well, but I didn't do the written exam. I only did the speaking portion of the exam. So it's nice to have the complete control. It was hard at first, but moving to a completely different country and starting from scratch was hard as well. It's just a learning curve, and you have to deal with it. Any job is like that, I think, honestly. You have a period where you're trying to transition, and for me, it took a semester, 16 weeks, well, 15 weeks with me grading for the 16th week. But yeah, I love it. I wouldn't change it for the world, but I have to get to the working really hard for this next week and a half before exams or before uh, work starts, so I can finish for the semester. So here's hoping. I really fingers crossed that I get it done in time. So I love you guys, and I will see you soon. Mwah. Say bye, Tracy. Say bye. Say bye.